What's going on, everyone? My name is Jacob Simpson, and I've been wholesaling real estate now for about 4 years. And in today's video, I'm going to walk you through step by step on what it looks like to make an offer on a listed property or a property that is on the MLS. So let's go ahead and dive right into this. So the property that I'm going to be making an offer on is going to be this property right here. So if we scroll down and we look at the pictures, we can see that it is in good condition, but if we take a look, right, it is outdated. Although we do have some new appliances in there, right? The kitchen is outdated. We have the wallpaper, the cabinets, just the layout's not really an open concept. And wait a minute. So is this what it is now? All right, I'm not really sure what's going on right here. I've never seen this. I think this might be a rendering. Yeah. Okay, so it's definitely outdated. I'm not sure what was. Yeah, that was definitely a rendering of what it could be. Okay. So that's why we're going after this property, because it is outdated. So let's go ahead and call the listing agent and see if we can get some info on it. So again, when I reach out to the listing agents, I don't make an offer at first, and I don't even comp the property at first. All I want to do is reach out, figure out, is this property still available? If so, I gather the qualifiers. And the acronym that I like to use is called COMPT, COMPT. So condition, occupancy, motivation, price, timeline. All right, so let's go ahead and call this realtor. Hey, this is Jacob. How are you doing this afternoon?
Good.
I was giving you a call about a property on. Yeah, so I'm actually an investor in the area, and I am interested in making an offer on it. And I just wanted to see, is it still available by chance?
It is, yeah.
Perfect. So prior to making an offer, I did have a couple questions. Is now a good time for you, I should ask?
Sure.
Okay, perfect. So I can obviously get a general idea of the condition of the property based on the pictures. Is there anything major that I need to take note of, like foundation issues, structural issues, mold, leaks, anything like that?
No, it's actually in really good. It's in really good shape. The roof is it's like an architectural shingle roof. It's been done in like the last 10 years. The siding was done in the last couple of years. It's vinyl siding. No foundation issues. The basement's completely unfinished. It's a block foundation, but you can see, because it's unfinished, you can see the walls, and there's no issues there. Most of the windows are the original wood windows, but they had storm windows put on the outside. So yeah, I would say that the after renovation value is somewhere around like $825 based on comps that I've sold that are more updated in the neighborhood.
Okay.
I live in the same neighborhood, so I sell like about a half dozen to a dozen in the neighborhood every year.
Okay, sweet.
Yeah, and I would say that I'm sure that if you're an investor that you have like good contractors on hand, but when I was kind of estimating through trying to decide whether or not we should renovate it before listing it, I was thinking that including finishing the basement would be somewhere around like $125,000 to like do all the renovations, just like at a basic level. So
okay,
kind of, yep.
I gotcha. And so I guess my question is, at 700,000, and then estimating 125,000, and you're saying that the after repair value is around 825.
I mean, yeah, conservatively 825, with this market, I would be conservative in this market. So, I would say it could be more than 825, but that's like a conservative number.
Okay. Yeah. So I guess my only concern with that is, and of course I would want to run my own numbers to see if we're in the same ballpark, but at 700, where we pick it up, obviously we have to cover some closing costs, and then we have to cover any fees on our end. And then, if we put 125 in it, that puts us at 825. And then, so that literally leaves us with no profit and probably a little bit negative. So I'm not necessarily sure 700 would work if those numbers are all accurate.
I totally understand that math is definitely different for you than it would be for somebody who wants to buy it to live in it.
Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool. And the property has HVAC, I'm assuming?
Yeah, that's new in the last couple of years. New dishwasher, new stove, new microwave in the last year. I want to say that the HVAC was replaced in the last 5 years.
Okay.
Same thing with the water heater. It's 5 years or less.
Okay, sweet. Awesome. And then it looks vacant. Obviously, I always just like to ask, it's going to be vacant at close, correct?
Yep, it's vacant, yeah.
Okay, perfect. And was this an estate sale, or were they just downsizing, or what's going on with the property, if you don't mind me asking?
Yeah, no, they're older. They've lived in that home since the 80s, and they're older, and they went to live in a senior community.
I gotcha. Okay, cool. So they're just trying to offload this now.
Yep.
I gotcha. And I see it's been listed for about 26 days. Have you been getting a good amount of interest and offers on it?
It started up pretty slow. Obviously, the market is pretty slow right now.
Mm-hmm.
So we only had a couple showings the first couple weeks. Really good open house traffic, but that doesn't mean anything. And then we did the price drop yesterday, and we've had a couple showing requests now since we did the price drop. So I think that maybe the price drop has kind of shaken things loose a little. So we'll see. For sure.
And so I'm assuming you guys haven't got any solid offers in yet?
Nope.
Okay, cool. Well, hopefully I can get you all something in writing today, and we can, at least try to get the ball rolling on this.
Okay.
And then is there, obviously the sooner the better, is there any kind of timeline though in which they absolutely need to sell by? So obviously we'd probably be shooting, to 20 to 30 day close, but do they have to close sooner than that?
Nope. No rush on their part.
Okay, perfect. Awesome. Well, let me go ahead and run some numbers on my end, and I'll try to give you a call back here in the next 30 or so minutes with a number in mind. And if it's something that you think your sellers will entertain, we'll go ahead and put it in writing and send it over to you with a POF.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. And you have a wonderful, well, I guess I'll talk to you in a little bit, but have a wonderful rest of the time.
Yeah. Thanks.
Bye-bye. Very interesting way to end that call. I'm throwing curveballs at myself. All right, so now let's go ahead and comp the property. So let's bring the property back up. Okay, so if you haven't seen the last video, in the DC, Maryland, Virginia area, a lot of times they'll include the basement square footage and the total property if it's livable. So I always want to check if this includes the basement, because I want to, when I comp properties, after the property has been renovated, they always include the basement in the square footage. And so if the basement is not included in the square footage on the listing, I always want to include that when I'm comping against other properties. And that's only in this area. So that's going to be market dependent. But for example, so we have a 5.3 2400. So let's go home, or let's go see. So the basement is 1410, and we can see the finished area below ground is 720 and above ground is 1700. And so that's where that 2496 is coming from. So this does include the basement, so we don't have to worry about factoring in the basement. But for example, if it didn't show 720 right here, I would factor in probably 1,000 square foot because I know 410 will probably use for like utility space or something like that. So we have 5.3 or 5.2.5, 2,400. Now I always like to make a duplicate so I can just reference this if I need to go back to it. So let's go ahead and take a look. And one other thing is, in my market, I really don't need to look at year build because it doesn't really make a difference in this area. But in other markets, you might need to take a look at year build. You might need to take a look at lot size. You might want to take a look at the construction type. So if it's a framed property or if it's a concrete block property. But in my area, I really don't need to, factor in any of those. So we're pretty much just going to be looking for other properties that are around 2,500 square foot. They might be 5.4s because they might add an additional bathroom here. So all we're going to be really paying attention to right now is another 2,500 square foot property. So we'll come out here, we'll hit sold. With the market being kind of iffy, I like to do the last 90 days. And then let's hide this and let's zoom in. So if we zoom in, we see there's a 775. This is 2,600. This is I would say it's updated, but it's not like immaculate, if that makes sense. Like it's definitely very nice, but it's not I wouldn't say it's like a full-blown update. And we can check to see if an investor bought this here in a little bit, but that was 775. She said 825 to be conservative, but I'm not seeing anything in this neighborhood in the last 90 days that went for 825. So let's go ahead and do 6 months. Sorry about that. My camera died. Okay. So we have an 820 right here, but that's 3,500 square foot. And that went for 820 in June. Granted, it's not fully updated. It doesn't look like, but it's still nice, right? It's still in nice condition. I mean, I'm not seeing anything at 825, so I don't know really what she is referring to. I'm going to actually text her and ask her what property she's referring to for 825, because I see this one at 775. So, let's say even if 825 did make sense, let's do 825 times 0.7. That would be 575. So we would have to be at like the 550 mark. Like we can see this one went for 419. Doesn't look like there's oh, right here. No, there's no basement. So this one is outdated and it went for 525. It does look like it has a basement. It does have a basement. Okay, so it's including the basement. So 525. Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I'm about to just call her back and basically tell her that my offer is going to be in the 500s for a flip, and that, based on her listing price, it probably doesn't make sense. And then I'm just going to pivot to see if she has any other properties that might be outdated that I could, make an offer on.
Hello.
This is Jacob again. How are you doing?
Good.
So I was taking a look at some of the properties that sold in the area. Do you know any off the top of your head that went for that 825? Because the highest one I'm seeing in the last 90 days and even the last 6 months look like 820 or 775.
The one that was 820 that's on the top of lamppost, like it's like let me see, which one was that? Hold on, I'm trying to see. 6803 lamppost.
Yeah, and that one was 3,500 square foot.
Yeah, so part of that was, let's see here. Hold on. I'm trying to think. That one had a lot of unfinished space too.
I can see that it doesn't look like it's fully updated.
Yeah. So the bathrooms were updated. So that was my listing too. The bathrooms were updated. There was like a new roof. But the kitchen was done like 25 years, like in the 90s. And the carpet all needed to be replaced. So there was like a lot of like upkeep that needed to be done, but the bathrooms were done.
Then the other one I was looking at was 6902 Stonebridge Court. And that sold November 12th for $775, and it looks like it was, I can't tell if it was a flip or if it was just updated by the homeowner, but it's in it. Everything is updated, but I feel like it could maybe be could be updated a little bit more as well.
Yeah. There was that one. There was also another one at, hold on, let's see, what was it? I think it was like 6812 lamppost. Yeah, 6812 lamppost. Another one of my listings. It sold for $776. It was a 4-bedroom, 3-bath. It was the same 4-level style like this one. And it just had 4 bedrooms instead of 5 bedrooms. And it was about 400 square feet smaller. It was, again, bathrooms were updated. The kitchen, like they had like painted cabinets, but like granite countertops. Hardwood was like in kind of so condition throughout the house. But new carpet in the basement and like I said, bathrooms were updated.
Yeah, no, it definitely looks like it's in really nice condition. The one thing again that concerns me, I see that 775, that the 6902 Stonebridge, but with the 776 that sold in June, right? Interest rates were a little bit lower then. So, I'm thinking probably 775, 800 at most right now. But in either case, that would probably put me in like the 500s for a flip. And so I don't even think that your sellers would probably entertain that, correct?
Probably not in 500s now.
Yeah. Okay. I figured. In any case, do you have any other potential, like, or any outdated properties that could be a good flip or a rental that I could take a look at?
I have one up on Cobblestone. That is, it could be a good rental. But honestly, I don't think that the numbers in most places make sense for rentals right now.
Yeah, it's a little bit weird with the market.
Yeah, just because interest. I mean, unless I guess if you're doing all cash, well then whatever, then your calculus is different. But the one on Cobblestone is listed at $715. It's a 4-bedroom, 3 full bath. It's $2250 finished, plus like a huge unfinished storage area also. It doesn't have a garage or carport or anything. Bathrooms are updated. Kitchen was updated, 10 years ago or so. So it's not like super on trend, but you could paint the cabinets and redo the backwash, and the kitchen would be worlds better. So I feel like just a very minimal amount of money in that house, and it could really shine. As far as rental, like you could get about 3,400 for the rental on Cobblestone.
Okay, sweet. Well, yeah, let me take a look at that one then, and then if it's something that we can make happen, I'll definitely give you a call back. And in either case, I'll send you over my contact info. So if you do come across anything outdated, from from just slightly outdated to completely hoarder houses, I'm definitely happy to take a look at it and make an offer on it.
Okay, sounds good.
All right. Well, you have a wonderful rest of the night, and happy Thanksgiving.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay, cool. So basically, I didn't want to make an offer at 550 because it's listed at 700 and it's not really that old of a listing yet. So I don't think they're super motivated, and especially based on the conversation. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'll put her in the CRM, and then I'm going to follow up with her in about 2 to 3 weeks, maybe a month, and see if the property is still active. If it is, then I'll come back. I'll say, hey, I've noticed the property is still active. Are they willing to come down on their offer price of 700,000? Maybe they're not, maybe they are, or maybe at that point they've already done a price drop, right? So the whole point of it is, even though they decline my offer right now, I'm going to keep following up until they either tell me to leave them alone, it's sold, or I get it locked up. So hopefully that video was helpful, and I will see you all in the next one. Oh, and if you want to support your boy because YouTube has not monetized me yet, and you need to sign up for PropStream, Batch Leads, Privy, any of those tools, go ahead and click the links in the description below. They're my affiliate links. So I will make a small amount of commission per month off of you signing up through those links. So for example, if you sign up and you pay $100 a month or $50 a month, I may make like $10 or $20 a month off of that for referring you to that company. So if you haven't signed up for some of those tools and you want to support me for making these videos, go ahead and click that link below and help your boy out. So again, hopefully this video was valuable. I hope you all have a wonderful morning, afternoon, or night, whatever part of the world you're in, and take care.